Kurt Helborg is the 8th and current Grand Master of the REIKSGUARD Knights. He is one of the most trusted military commanders in the Empire and the Reiksmarshal of their forces. Under his command, victory has been seen through the Empire and order maintained. That iron will of his will be tested further as word of insurrection continues to spread throughout the province of Reichland. Led by one General Hans, much of the land has been thrown into turmoil and shall require the steady hand and guidance of Kurt's leadership. For this heavy burden, you have the prophet of Sigmar who is here to help him. His name is Luthor Huss, and he has spent much of his life battling the unholy and spreading the word of Sigmar. That pilgrimage has come to an end for him for now. His hammer is needed in his dark time, and he pledges his fealty without question to the Emperor. Together, they plan to expunge the traitor and the heretic for the Empire. While the Emperor is getting ready to administrate over the entire Empire now that he's back home in Altdorf, it'll be up to his Reiksmarshal Kurt Helborg to try to settle up any personal insurrections that might be occurring around Reichland. He has a rather sizable army to do so. 4 groups of swordsmen, halberds, Imperial foot knights. We've got over here REIKSGUARD, handgunners, and crossbowmen, in addition to the legendary hero and warrior priest Luthor Huss. Now he begins at level 3. I'll put a point over into Route Marcher, then 1 into Hard to Hit. One unique ability over at rank 5 will unlock another legendary hero for us, Reikscaptain Hans Zintler. So we'll go into more detail about his abilities later on. But Kurt needs a lot more coin for his war machine. If he wants to settle the overall disputes happening across the land, he'll need more coin. In 2 more turns, we'll have a fully refurnished Reiksfort. Now let's come over here. We need money. 250 gold coins. Not bad, I'll take it. We'll also get a little bit of fabric to sell too. Now having paved roads could be even more important, but I'll get that on my following turn. For now, I want money, and I do want it now.
Yes, my lord.
So we're going to move over here to Grunberg. There's been word of a major rebellion happening over here. There's 2 leaders too, Hans Frankenwerter and Helmut Ludenhoff. They must be defeated now. And so Kurt is going into battle. Now before we do that, let's have a look. There are a few factions who like us, but trying to get them to trade with us might take time. I'm not going to pay them for a trade agreement. They'll have to want that. We are trading currently with Kislev, making 61 coins per turn. Hopefully in time, that will go up. Our goal is to eventually settle everything that we need in our own lands, then to go elsewhere. Maybe to help out the dwarves. Let's have a look over here at our goals. We'll come over here to short campaign victory. I'll take over Sylvania for sure. And I think that'll be good. I think that'll really be our biggest goal, is to settle up everything internally, then maybe to go help the dwarves. Then I'll have like everything really handled for our own goals. Okay. Now it's time for a battle. There's nothing for me to recruit, not right now. I'll move back into our own territory afterwards in order to replenish for the following battle on the following turn. So here we go. Kurt Helborg is pained to have to slay his own people, but they have forsaken the cause. They have forgotten who they truly are. And unfortunately, like any criminal who does a crime without remorse, they must be put down in these dark times and dark lands. So we're marching forward. We've got 2 leaders who are gonna lead us to victory. That is going to be Luthor Huss and of course Kurt Helborg. These 2 together are scary enough, but to be backed up by a proper army, now they're in trouble. We're going to watch them charge in, then we can go over the facets of our battle. They've got to take on the enemy leader who's already fallen flat on his face. What a beginning for him. So I've got my handgunners and my crossbows shooting right into their formations right now. That's going to deliver a lot of damage. Let's have a look at what else I'm doing. I've got my swordsmen flanking them. They'll move in later. I've got my REIKSGUARD who are now in a lance formation. They're going to charge in and go after all of their crossbows who are currently fleeing. Once they're gone, then we can focus on other targets. I could try to create a mosh pit, but that would be a bad idea. One group of their spearmen, well, they're charging uphill. You can imagine how bad of an idea that is. They're already just falling apart, and they can't move quickly. Try running uphill. It's a lot more painful. It's a lot more stressful on your joints, your bones, and your muscles. It's difficult. You'll get tired. Now back over here is where I have one group of swordsmen who have charged in, assisting our two leaders who are still fighting in the battle together. They're doing an awesome job at winning too. Luthor has a massive two-handed hammer. That guy knows how to smash. He's all about smashing. That's why a lot of our enemies are now dead. They haven't all broken yet though, so we're not done. You can see that right now they're exposed to more of my ranged attacks, so that's what we're using currently. That's how we're winning. Let's zoom out again. The battle is pretty much over. That general was not able to get one kill. Over here we have some swordsmen. They're fighting my swordsmen too. But that battle is also about to be over. And so now they're just about to break. Their leadership is falling apart. We're looking at how much leadership left. Ooh, not a lot. Just a handful, really. So let's zoom out. And the battle is over. They're going to have like one group maybe coming back. If they want to try that, they can. But after getting hit by Furrenberg's finest, you're not coming back. Yep, it's over. The battle's been won. We can now move on. That was only our first battle. I wanted to test our units, and they performed quite well. Kurt is going to be rather proud of his men, despite the rather dismal situation that we found ourselves in. Let's all move now. That was a decisive victory. We're going to take up whatever replenishment we can. We don't really need anything else here, do we? I wanted to leave their leader alive. He'll be killed later. He'll be just drawn up and quartered. Now, defeat an army belonging to the following faction. I did. Kurt has now gained 1,000 gold pieces and 300 prestige. People now know that he is about discipline and law and order. So over here we need to get Grunberg, 1,000 more gold to gain and 1 imperial authority, which is what we're going to need if we want people to like us quite a bit. In fact, we have another type of feature over here called Defender of the Empire. Over time, we'll get more public order, more income, cheaper buildings, and even more diplomatic relations, but we've got to work on the trust that everyone has in Karl Franz. Now, what's over here for Luthor? He's only rank 2. I can give him more replenishment. Later, we'll give him what then? Let's have a look over here. Safeguard, for sure. He needs more armor. Okay, we're about to fight another battle, but before we do that, in one turn, he's going to have Dragon Tooth, the blade of Karl Franz. But for now, he's going to be the one who gets to use it. That'll change up later. 1,800 gold. Let's push on. If we push on now, it might be challenging. We could lose a lot, but I think we can do it. It's over here. 6 units, and over here, 4. They weren't all wiped out. That's good to know. Time for a fairly challenging fight, I think. Oh yeah. 3 lords total? That's always a challenge. But Kurt will see it through. It's now time for our crossbows and our handgunners to get into position. If they can strike down a few of their ranged units, I'm sure they're going to come towards us very soon. We want them to charge towards us, then I can react appropriately. They have a fairly large army, so I've got to be quite careful where I send my men, or we could lose a lot. But right over here, we have my crossbows striking them. They have knights on the way too. Now their knights are few in number. We're looking at only 31. They're meant to have 60, but they've already taken some damage. My handgunners shot them a few times. And here comes my halberds. So they're charging in. We're also going to have our leaders charging at them too. We'll go over our formation in just a moment. But there we go. It's happening. And so the battle has commenced. Over on my right flank, I have my Oslin Vanguard. They're charging in too. Now they have a weapon strength of 38. They're going to easily win that fight. Also, an armor of 120. When your foes have an armor of 30, they can't get very far. Alright, my knights over here have charged in. There are spearmen, so they will need to pull out quickly, or they're going to lose way too many. Their casualties will escalate. I've got my handgunners close by. They're still shooting these Empire Knights. With all that armor-piercing damage, and also being hit by my crossbows, they'll break soon. But it's about time for my handgunners to have a new target. One right over here. Now these guys, oh, you can see what's happening to them. That is some deadly firepower. And pretty soon, they'll break. Now let's have a better look at our battle. So I'm stretched all throughout the woods right now. Their crossbows are coming back right up here. Only 17 of them. Here's one group that's still here, 49. But again, they're probably going to break soon. I've got my Fierenberg's finest, 22 kills. They're charging back in, going after some crossbows and destroying them. See, I began way over here, and I did not want to charge right through the woods, so I went all the way around to this little area. Then I moved forward after my men were no longer winded. If you've got time on your side, use it. Okay, my crossbows are at 50 kills. 44 from my Hartwig's blasters. And we're now about to push into another fight. Kurt is currently fighting with Luthor. They're taking on some spearmen. My REIKSGUARD is still moving through the woods. They're 59 kills, and they're being chased by 2 groups of spearmen. Now, here's what we want to do. We probably want to focus all of our attacks on destroying their ranged attackers. Between my 2 ranged groups, they're dropping like flies. 16 missile strength. And now we've got a group of our halberdiers charging in too to help out. They lost a few in that last engagement fighting some knights, but they're okay. Luthor is at 23 kills. Kurt is at 15 kills. Now, let's have a look. Where are my... Ah, here they are. 108 kills for my Auslin Vanguard. These guys are tremendously too deadly for any foes that I might fight early on. Eventually, things will balance out, but for now, though, these are fully armored knights on foot. Ouch. Okay. For my REIKSGUARD, they're chasing after a broken group of crossbowmen. And now I'm moving around my ranged units again. They have over 60 kills. My crossbows have also over 60 kills. We want to hit those who are fleeing, that way they won't come back. And also, we want to ensure that we're not inflicting very much friendly fire damage. It's going to happen, but naturally, you don't want it to happen too much and too often. It's a nightmare for our foes to fight us, I would like to think. They're learning their lesson. I would like to think it was the work of Chaos who caused all of them to rebel, because no man in his right mind would rebel against Karl Franz. A very fair statesman, mind you. Over here, my Vanguard are chasing after a group of swordsmen. They have 126 kills. Let's have a look over here at their weapon strength. They have a +10 when fighting infantry. I mean, there's no better anti-infantry group. I can get my greatswords later, and they're going to be great. Using them together, even better. So they've got over here a group of halberds, 2 groups of spearmen that are still fighting. One group of spearmen over here still fighting my swordsmen, who have 11 kills, so not a lot. But now I'm moving into position more of my ranged units who have a nice open view of their flank. And that's why they're beginning to break too. Kurt Helborg knows all about tactical nuance and formations and how to have an exact and prosperous victory. And that's how they're falling apart now. They're beginning to waver. Here comes my Fierenberg's finest. They're just going to wait here for just a moment. If anyone is fleeing, though, we'll kill them. Now, the Vanguard, they had to fight a group that just decided to flee, and they're still chasing them. But the battle's now over. We have won. That's a major loss for all of them. We have more major fights to win, but that was a good one. That will change up the tide of war for us. That was a good win. We won that battle. We lost only 76, and they lost over 1,000. Rebels are never going to win. Not here. Now we're going to occupy. We're not going to loot our own town. That would be wrong and strange. Now a militiaman over from the town of Grunberg has come to join Kurt Helborg. He'll help him train up new recruits. Very good. That gave me that 1,000 gold and more authority too. Yeah, I know all about that. Now, whenever I do the Battle of Bloodpine Woods, another character will come to join me. The bodyguard and personal standard bearer of Karl Franz, Ludwig Schwarzhelm, will also gain a sort of striking and much more prestige. So we'll do that sooner rather than later. Of course, I've got to handle a big rebellion, but thankfully I've got more replenishment on the way. Okay, I'm now going to give you Safeguard. +5 to experience per turn is really not that much. There. Now for you, Kurt. Let's give him, let's have a look real quick. deadly blade. I want him to strike every single time that he swings his blade. Alright, they want me to loot, occupy, or do whatever in order to gain more money. I could do that too. Now here is Reichland. We own 2 locations. I'm going to upgrade Grunberg from a little hamlet into a village. And after that, what else can we really change up? I could use even more money. Or, what about campaign movement range? Oh yeah, I need that for sure. Paved roads. Now, I could always destroy it and build it elsewhere later on, as I would like to keep my grazing pastures. Kurt really does understand the need not only for trade goods, but also more growth for your local populace. Now, I could try to get more units, but we're so early on that I can just change it up later. So that is what we're going to do for now. We're just going to go pick up some paved roads because I want to be able to move across the Empire quickly, or at least Reichland, as we do need Helmgart, Ubersreich, and Ilhart. Okay. Now, while we are here, let's pick up a few more units. I've got swordsmen, but what about archers? They're not very expensive. These are trained men who know how to wander and skirmish. Okay. Now it's time to end our turn, I believe. There's not much more for me to do. I do have a lot of prestige. If I wanted another faction to like me, that wouldn't be really too hard to accomplish. Like Gelt. I feel like Gelt would be the one that we want to focus on more than anyone else around me. Let's have a look over here. Alright, Gelt. Improve relations, done. Now he'll begin to like me even more. Other factions aren't really that fond of me. At least not the ones close by. What if, 2 factions were to fight? These 2. They are currently defensive allies, but maybe they shouldn't be. There we go. Minus 100 to their relations. That was a lot of prestige, but if those 2 fight, they'll be weaker for it. Sometimes you want your children to fight amongst themselves, right? Oh boy, imperial parenting, not the best. Now, Kurt is a savvy politician as well as a skilled military commander. He understands the need for influence and power, and also the perception of the common man. He was able to get a book called The Art of Demagoguery from the lands of Cathay. Unfortunately for us, we did not have the proper influence just yet to send out people to spread the word of Kurt. If Kurt is more powerful, then, you have the Emperor, who's also more powerful by proxy because he serves the Emperor and only the Emperor. So we're going to do nothing for right now. But we'll gain 200 more prestige anyway. Nice.
Ready.
Now Kurt is level 5. We'll pick up Grand Master. Very nice. So here's our Reikscaptain, Hans Zintler. Minus 100% upkeep for Zintler's REIKSGUARD. He's actually here. Right over here, we've got Zintler's men. Plus 15 bonus versus infantry at rank 12. And plus 5 to melee attack when fighting against undead, in addition to Vanguard deployment and second in command, which you'll get at rank 16. Minus 50% upkeep while embedded in Helborg's army. And he'll also gain stand your ground while embedded in Helborg's army too. Ooh, also a unique item at rank 8. Plus 7 to armor piercing, plus 5 to melee attack, and sundering attacks, reducing enemy armor by 30. Nice. Alright, so we have a great new character. Naturally, he'll come to join us, and it looks like he'll provide 30 experience per turn.
Yes.
That's actually pretty good. So now, we're going to Ubersreich. We can't make it there entirely in one turn, unfortunately, so we'll come right over here. At the very least, we'll be able to block them from being able to intrude in our lands again.
What?
Now, over here, what else can I build? There's a lot, sure. But I only have so much money. I could focus on growth early on, which is what we're going to do. You see, if we could feed the people, they can rebuild quickly. They'll have more children, which means more soldiers, and more taxpayers, too. Alright, so we have low armor. I could get some more cheap units. Just for the sake of having numbers, I shall do so right now. Now, let's go check on diplomacy. The Duchy of Cologne. Would they like to trade yet? Not yet. They may change their mind one day. What about you? A non-aggression pact? Good. He does want that. And let's see. Midland, they're not a very large fan of us right now. We'll talk to them later on when we need to. All right, so we do have absolute power, as we should. +3 to growth, 5% more tax rate. Nice. All right, once again, it is time to end our turn, and look at that, Skaven corruption, interesting. Long live the Emperor. Some more growth, untainted, and public order. Okay, look at that. The Emperor came here, so they gained that little trait. Very nice. We've got to increase our public order. That's very important. And what's over here? Untainted. That we are. Kurt, again, as I said before, is a political administrator and also a military commander. He's learning now how to cultivate regions and help them grow. That will make it a little bit cheaper for us to build and to potentially have more people growing up in a safe and prosperous environment. So now we have builder rank 1. More money, too. I could go over and do that quest battle, but again, we're going to wait for that. I can't wait to have Hans level up. He's a REIKSGUARD Knight. Very nice. He's got a missile resistance of 15%, encouraged to provide more leadership for nearby units, and he is immune to psychology. He will never be frightened. Let's come over here and take Ubersreich. That one I can easily take. The casualties weren't too high, so we'll occupy it. Now at rank 4, what am I going to give you, Luthor? For now, it's going to be impassioned. I want you to fight with the men on the ground. At rank 2, you know what? If I give him training, he'll provide even more experience to our units. And that is what we're going to take for now. I want everyone to rank up quickly. We want a very elite army for the Emperor. Now, we can get rid of the training field, but it's only tier 3, so I'll get rid of it back over in Altdorf. And it does look like our Reiksfort is now complete, though I will need an armory in order to get my Imperial Foot and, let's see, the Halberds variant too. We do have a cap on them, so we can't have too many. All right, let's save our money for now. I'm not going to upgrade any buildings at all. And we're going to end our turn again. Afterwards, we're going to Helmgart. Ooh, that's going to be scary. Let's take up Sigmar's sons. Yeah, we'll do that. There goes a bit of upkeep, but they are very talented, and they do not break either. We'll take one group of Free Company Militia. Perfect. There we go. Oh, now Kurt Helborg is a very interesting decision to make. The wind is changing. With the Gold College temporarily handed the reins of Solent, the other colleges are vying for positions of prestige and power. Their hope is to secure greater influence over you and the Imperial throne. But all it is causing is chaos. Political machinations in the court are troubling enough without introducing 7 colleges of wizards into the mix. Interesting. So now I've got to choose a college to come fight for me. Untainted, maybe. A bright wizard is always quite nice to have. Over here is a Jade Wizard or a Celestial Wizard. For now, let's take a Celestial Wizard. I like that a lot. Sure. Ooh, he's gained a new trait, Recruiter. Now, all of our units are 1% cheaper. Hey, look, man. It adds up, you know. Let's get over here. I could let him join right now, but we've got to go over to Helmgart. Now, I could give him his mount right away, but I'm going to wait until we take those walls. Those walls would be difficult to take, and I want him to climb up on top of them. Know your enemy. Indeed. Okay, let's give him, again, Deadly Blade. 84 melee attack, in addition to having that very powerful blade, Dragon Tooth. Nice. All right, so we have only one follower, the Reiksmarshal. Our army's a little bit cheaper. And it's finally time for me to jump on into battle. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, I will need to find that out. And let's see, how bad is it going to be? It's going to be pretty bad. We'll have to charge in, break down some walls. They do have a mortar and a lot of ranged units too. Oh, man. What a battle. I'm not going to wait them out. 8 turns is way too long. Too much will happen in the interim if we do that. So let's go in. Unfortunately, many good men have got to die today, but Kurt knows what must be done. Imagine trying to take over an Imperial fort. Well, Kurt Helborg is back, and we're going to retake it. Our job right now is to mitigate what damages we take from our foes' ranged attacks. They have crossbows, and they have towers too, in addition to 1 mortar crew. That mortar crew, we're going to take care of that with our REIKSGUARD. They're going to break through the front gate and just charge uphill until they reach that plaza. In the very beginning, we're going to have our archers take a bulk of the damage. They're going to be up here just releasing volleys until they kill a few hundred or a few dozen or a few score of our enemies who are on the walls right now. I've put up only one group of ladders. See, if I told them all to climb up the walls at once, they would put up one here and one there, but I only need what they have right over here. So right now we have Kurt climbing up. Hans and Luthor are joining in too. Hans Zintler, the Reikscaptain. He's coming up. Okay, let's go in. They do have one Imperial Captain here, and he's probably going to break quickly. I can't imagine he's going to be able to duel the big man himself. No kidding, the big man. Holy crap, he's huge. I had no idea. That's probably what it'll look like whenever we fight Manfred. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Their crossbows are taking damage, and pretty soon that Empire Captain is going to break. All of my archers over here are still getting some kills, and I mean, look, they're doing a great job at eliminating a lot of them while we try to get rid of their leader, that Empire Captain. 1981 for health. These three will be fighting together. Out of any group that you could fight in the Empire, here's probably the one that I would want to avoid the most. You've got some of the most powerful men of the Empire in one group. Hans Zintler, Kurt Helborg, and Luthor Huss too. I love that hammer so much. It's so cool looking. Also, I'm a huge Warrior Priest fan. Imagine that, me, a Warrior Priest fan. I played one back in Warhammer Online back in the day. But there we go. So now, after that, here's what we can do. We can begin to move in our swordsmen, because we want to engage them at several locations all at once. If we do that, it'll minimize how much damage they can do. They've got a bunch of crossbows up here. And after they have got to fight my swordsmen, I can move up my archers, who can then arc their shots behind the walls to hit more of their ranged units. And while we do that, it's about time to move in my REIKSGUARD to go break down the gatehouse. All right, let's go back. Kurt is at 15 kills. Only 15. Only 15. Luthor, 18 kills. Hans, 13 kills. Oh, really? You're not going to outnumber me for too long. That one guy went flying. Holy crap. Imagine being hit by that guy. I mean, he's just a giant holy hammer truck. Just imagine out of nowhere. You feel blessed, but also a lot of pain at the same time. You've been blessed by Luthor Huss. So there we go. We have swordsmen climbing up. My archers are now moving in, and as I told you before, my REIKSGUARD would move into the front gate to break that down, just so that we could go after this mortar crew. They're very strong. They can deal a lot of damage. That's why we're going to get rid of them right now. And there we have our archers who are arcing their shots right now, going after these other archers. They've got quite a few of them. So it's very important that we just try to hit them right away. Your right to live? You lost that right when you rebelled. I mean, move somewhere else, but rebellion in my land? No, no, no. So more swordsmen are climbing up, and sure, they're going to be tired or winded, but we don't have to worry too much about that. They're going to be okay. All right, let's zoom out again and just have a look. So we've got 22 kills for Kurt. Over here, 27 for Luthor. Then 20 for Hans Zintler. What about their captain? Did he leave yet? I don't see him. He's around here somewhere, maybe. Well, he's gone. Never mind. Okay, the first Illheart Braves, 10 kills, 62 melee attack right now, thanks to the Reichland Runefang, plus 30 to melee attack. You can imagine why they're able to win in melee. I mean, look at that. We're still outnumbered. We only have a solid line of shields, but that's all that we need. A solid line of shields. That's awesome. And I'm also going to move in more infantry to go help out at the front gate. I've got to be careful with the pathfinding. If you try to move in all three at once after the gatehouse is broken down, two of them will climb up walls and only one will move through. So you can't just like group them all in and force their way through. No, you've got to take your time with it. I learned that the hard way. I would right-click through and wonder why most of my army was climbing up walls when we had a broken gatehouse, or gate. So over here, we've got some more archers. They're moving up a little bit closer. 76 kills. Got my spearmen close by. They're probably going to climb up more later or just move in through the main gate. Over here, my swordsmen, only 8 kills. And here's one group of spearmen. But unfortunately, artillery is now beginning to release a few salvos. Their barrages will kill a lot. Ooh. You lost your head there, buddy. But there's everyone fighting. Let's go back to our heroes and lords. All fighting together. It's really easy to mark him out, even in like a slightly darker battlefield. That cape is rather regal and noticeable as well. There's a lot of secessionists who have died already, but we're not done yet. It's probably their last real hurrah. I mean, if they can't win here, where could they win? Already the balance of power is in our favor. The enemy gates have been destroyed, so now it's time to move in Nuremberg's finest. Here they come. It'll take them a moment, but they're going to get over there and take on that mortar team. We're still fighting tooth and nail to take over the walls. Thankfully, because of all of our extra replenishment, it won't take like 4 turns to actually replenish. I love that. I love getting anything that might add more replenishment. Free Company Militia have climbed up too. They're already at 14 kills. I mean, they're just shooting point blank for fun. Because they find it fun. I love that guy's hairline. That's a man who needs Sigmar in his life. Alright, let's have a look again. Swordsman, 32 kills. Over here are my spearmen at 9 kills. And here's where I'm having to carefully just move in a few groups. The finest are now moving closer to them. They have 25 kills total. They have actually shot a lot and didn't get a lot of kills. Kurt's all buffed up right now. There's Hans being buffed up by the Reichland Runefang. Oh, that's a lot of extra damage. He's at how many kills? 74 kills. We've got, let's see, Luthor at how many? 95 kills. Finally, a warrior priest who can actually fight. My one criticism for many years now have been how fragile and really how weak that warrior priests are. I know they're meant to be more of a support melee unit, but come on, these guys know how to fight. They couldn't be on the front lines preaching the word of Sigmar without knowing how to use a freaking hammer. Of course, again, I am biased. And right now, we've got Kurt and Luthor surveying the battlefield. Our enemies are falling. They are fleeing. And over here, we've got our Free Company Militia. They're moving in too. Check out all of that smoke. They are shooting the hell out of them. That's a lot dropping. They're already at 21 kills. They're getting more as they move and fire. That's why I do love Free Company Militia. And over here, let's see, what else do we have? Nuremberg's finest. 14, 16, 17 kills. That mortar crew is now gone. They've been defeated. Let's go back over here. So we've got our Auslan Vanguard, who have only 4 kills. They're being attacked by greatswords. Now there's only one way that we can take care of greatswords quickly. Some armor piercing can help out for sure. But I think it's about time to bring in the handgunners. Here comes our leader, Kurt. He's about to flank his foes, or we could just wait for our ranged units to move into position, which is what they're doing now. I always try to minimize my friendly fire. We've got some archers who climbed up. Now they're attacking a few more enemies. We've won the walls, though. We've won. We just need to finish off some great swords and their leader, who's been fighting my footmen for quite some time now. But there they are. Now they're being hit from behind, and our war is about to be over. As I told you before, it's really their last stand. That's all that they have. Ooh, that was a great strike. Come on, everyone, just get into position. There we go. Now we can unleash all of our firepower upon them. Everyone else is either broken or they're just being pursued. They have abandoned you. You're right. They were never with you to begin with, and the battle is over. We have won. That was a very costly battle, but we did win it. I lost 459. They lost everything. They're going to lose a bit more after that, too. Let's occupy Helmgard. Now we have Helmgard. +2 to public order. Gustav has been killed. Sometimes you've got to pay the ultimate price. Executioner, a new trait gained for Kurt. -1 to enemy leadership. -2 to their public order. And we make more money whenever we do sack locations. Okay, Luthor. It is finally time for you to pick up Grand Hammer of Sigmar. +24 to melee attack. Now that is a buff. Oh, people are going to smack people even more. And over here for Hans, I'm going to give him Blade Master. Very nice. I'll probably give you that Rune Fang whenever Kurt gets his own custom blade. Yeah. There's your Entertainer. And what can I do here? I can hold on to it. Sure. Alright. Let's see. More income from trade tariffs. We don't make money from taxation here. What about... No, we don't need public order either. Yeah, fine. We'll take that. Bit more trade income will work out. Okay. So, can I recruit anything only globally, right? I just had to be sure. Now we can end our turn again. But before we do that, why don't we build up a proper guardhouse for one? That's over in Grunberg. Or instead, what I could do, I could focus on making money. We do only have one enemy, sure. 3 turns, then we'll have more money coming in. Okay, Dietz, you'll be here one day. Alright, let's end our turn now. Then we only have Ilhard. Then we could probably spend a turn or two rebuilding, and we can come over to the east and do that Battle of Blood Pine Woods. Our first technology has been completed. Tithe rebates, more growth in public order. Alright, now what else do we need while we're around here? Anything for public order I'm going to take early on. And naturally, we want more money. Now, if I pick up Imperial University early on, my heroes, oh, they're going to have such a high level, but I've already got a lot of heroes already, so I probably don't need that right now. I would like to focus on the quality of our melee infantry. That feels about right. Early on, why don't we pick up local militia? Sure. They'll be cheaper to recruit, and they'll be at a higher rank. Now, off to Ilhard. It's only one more battle. Come on, you. Let's go. I'm going to let him join on in. Oh, yeah. Let him join on in. That's a good idea. Let's combine what we have. Control A, Control M. Okay, everyone's maxed out. I'm going to get rid of one group of spearmen. I've got a lot of infantry. Now, join. That means I've got 3 heroes and 1 legendary lord. That'll do it, man. Okay, let's have a look at what you have. You are cunning. So +8 to melee attack for units during ambush. That's really cool. And he's got poison attacks. Interesting choice. All right. So we have a higher chance to ambush now. What an interesting wizard. Just wearing all camo all the time. People are like, dude, why are you wearing camo robes? He's like, ha, you can't see me. That's why. Invisibility magic. All right. We can auto-resolve that one too. And we're going to occupy Ilhart. We finally have it. He's bold now. +2 to charge bonus, +3 to leadership, and +2% to weapon strength. Now we've unlocked Karoberg Greatswords. Ooh, nice. Greatswords are great to have. And the rebellion has been put down. We've gained a messenger too, allowing him to move even further across our lands. In addition to a tollkeeper for a 12% increased tax rate. Oh, those are great followers. Grudge Settler. I do like him fighting on foot. I'll change it later. But for now, pick up your new blade. One of 12 magical swords belonging to the Empire's Elector Counts. Yep. There we go. +5 to public order, +6 to melee attack, more weapon strength, magical attacks. It also decreases enemy leadership. We get more income from sacking, 15% more post-battle loot. Oh, wow. And we cause fear when fighting greenskins, too. He's got a constant debuff. Really? -12 to leadership and -10 to melee defense. Wow. People will just look at Kurt and be like, yep, I'm out. I'm done. No more for me, thank you. All right, so you're picking that up. That means over here, Hans, you're getting the Dragon Tooth. Nice. Now, Luthor. I can give you a few things over here. Strong vigor when fighting against various enemies. We'll pick that up in a minute. Fiery Demagogue. -1 construction time for worship buildings, and a -20% reduction to cooldown for battle prayers. Oh, what's over here? Unbreakable while embedded in Volkmar the Grimm's army. What a cool idea to kind of like synergize characters who have a lot to do with each other. That's really, really cool. All right. Then rank 4 for Hans. Hans, let's see here. Hard to hit. His melee defense is very, very low, so we want him to have more. And Dietz, he'll take harmonic convergence. I'll be using that buff constantly on my most elite units. I want them to devastate. Okay, so now we've got to replenish a bit. Let's have a look over here at what I might want. A clay pit? Yeah, maybe. I would like to get some artillery. Even war wagons. I do like war wagons a lot. So war wagons would be nice to have. But we also need public order, so I'm going to build a tap room. Then Grunberg, you're fine for now, aren't you? Yeah, you're fine. You do need a guardhouse. Every location needs some type of guardhouse. And while we're here, let's pick up even more public order. And I need over 1,000 prestige, so I'm not going to spend any prestige until I have well over 1,000. Usually events want me to have like 1,000. So we can't trade yet. Very well. We can't do that either. All right, I'll just wait. So now we need to go after a new enemy. Skull Smashers are over in their lands. We've got Beastmen too. Let's kind of think about what we want to go after. I'm going to come over here, complete that quest battle. Then I could go after the Crooked Moon Tribe. If I do that, Fester Spike. Okay, that's been destroyed. Croc Norn is still around. We'll see. We'll see where we go afterwards. Holy crap. Midland is not doing well right now. The Greenskins are burning down everything. I wonder how long they're going to last. I have no idea. I do have 1250 prestige now. Though Averland was destroyed, they're gone. It's a shame. No wonder my Imperial Authority went down. Let's have a look over here. Right now, the vampire counts are pushing to the west. Wow, they have taken a lot. They're going to need my help. At least we know where we need to go soon. If only one faction would join me early on, that would really help a lot. Okay, now we probably want to make more money. But before I do that, let's get a nice group of Carroburg Greatswords. Yeah, right over here. They're so strong. I want them here. Perfect. 40 melee attack. That's what I'm talking about. And they have a magical aura too. Look at that. +5 to melee attack and +4 to leadership for all allies and their own unit in range. They've got Till Death over here. Let's see. Charge resistance, melee defense, melee attack down, and vigor down. All right. Then we have Unbreakable, and they're able to hide in the woods. I mean, naturally, they're not like some giant creature. Let's go.
What does the Emperor bid?
It's time for an ambush. Let's go beat them all. Before we begin the battle, we've got to go over our formation because ambushes happen quickly. So over here, Dietz has already buffed up our Carroburg Greatswords. Now they have 77 melee attack and 62 melee defense. They are incredibly powerful, and my god, these colors are awesome. Let's zoom out a little bit, and we can get a better perspective of what I've done. I've got all of my ranged units over here in the open field. They could easily move away. I've got over here 3 groups of infantry. They're going to move into the front of their formation in case anyone tries to get away or if they need to help out our leaders, Hans, Luthor, and also Kurt. These 3 will go after their own general. Now we can begin. The rest of my infantry will be charging into their flank from the woods. And I've got my REIKSGUARD who will also go after their mortar crew. Let's begin. It was never meant to be easy. They're being pelted by some volleys, but here comes all of my infantry now. The great swords are going to drop them. I've got to watch out for friendly fire, so I am going to move my ranged units quickly. We don't really need them, not for too long anyway. The REIKSGUARD are now plunging right through what's left of their crews. Anyone who's fleeing is just going to get shot up. Let's go back to the front of our formation. We've got 3 groups who are standing guard. And way over here is where their leader is now fleeing. Yeah, having to fight those 3, I wouldn't want to do it. All right, let's have a better look. Most of them are beginning to break now. Again, We're using harmonic convergence. Deets might not get many kills, but I'm going to use them to buff up our allies constantly. My elite units are going to destroy. And down over here, we've got the Nordland Guard at 13 kills. We also have Spearmen right down over here who are broken. Some of them might come back, sure. Now here comes their reinforcing army. I've divided up my ranged units over into two groups of 3. Free Company Militia, my archers, and even more archers right over here. They're going to focus on these Pistoliers. Pistoliers are very effective, but not in the face of concentrated enemy attacks. They can run, they can shoot, but they're not going to outshoot me. And now they're running, or riding. Yeah. Try a few vindictive shots. They're already leaving. They got 2 kills, and that's it. We've got Hans von Zonger. He's coming up towards us. We'll probably have a few enemies coming towards us, but I've got my Caribert Greatswords and my Ausland Vanguard who are watching them. Now, have a look at this. 73 kills for my Caribert Greatswords. 82 for my Ausland Vanguard. They didn't lose a single unit, and they killed that many. We're Reichland, man. We have better arms. Here's our charge. Our D&D party charge. I cast Magic Fist. Yeah, there we go. It's very effective. That's more of them dying. They're fleeing again. Though I will tell you, I do enjoy their colors quite a bit. It's over for them. And that's how we beat them. Now their leader is fleeing. We've got over here, what, only a few more groups. Here's one group of spearmen. We've got spearmen who are fighting them. What's over here? Divine Power, a 25% chance to miscast. Thank you, Luthor Huss. That's why we got to keep him in. 92 kills for my Furenberg's finest. 92. And now we're moving over here to challenge another group of spearmen. Some of their units have now since come back. Very nice. Here's another group of broken spearmen. So now we just need to focus on who is left. Like this group here. I'm going to move back my REIKSGUARD. They're just kind of like there to lure them. You can't touch me. Don't do it. Nice leap, buddy. All that dying for nothing. Well, you've got more dying to do. They've charged into my greatswords now. So good luck. My greatswords now have over 80 kills, and they're getting more. Over here, we've got 3 groups who are now countercharging us. And for what's left of their spearmen... Let's see, did they kill any of my greatswords yet? No, we're still at 95 kills. Oh my god, 95, 97. These Caribert greatswords are like, I don't care for you very much. What a gnat. I heard some buzzing. Now we're hitting these swordsmen. I'm sure they want to go home now. I would want to go home. Yep. They're leaving. They've been shattered. Oh, come on. What are you going to do at -2 leadership? You have less than. All right. We did it. Let's just get them all to shatter, and then we can go home. Come on, Hans. You didn't even get a kill. There's my blasters. 68 kills. They're about to get more, too. Dang. That was constant. So we had a bunch of resounding victories. I mean, we're only fighting rebels, so not even a major threat. I'll have to try to work out some more treaties later. If we get like every trade treaty possible, all the money that I'll have. All right, Hans. It's only Hans now. He's like, I can do it, guys. I'm a great general. I learned how to read when I was 28. You did it, Hans. Oh, check out our frickin' Reichland swordsmen. Don't they look cool? They look much cooler than you, pal. Yeah, these are the sons of Sigmar, or Sigmar's sons. They're now buffed up, too. He's wavering. He was able to get 3 kills. He was just being vindictive. He didn't like having a 0 KD. He didn't want to have a 0-1 KD. And we have won. The battle is over. One more rebel force put down. I know what you did, Boris Todbringer. That's the only letter that Kurt will send to him. We did not lose a lot. I remember doing that quest many years ago when the game first came out in Warhammer 1, and my knowledge of the game was finite and limited. Here's a far cry from that. Okay, we're going to take up that 1%. I'm going to get that 1% replenishment that now belongs to me. Okay, time to go back to Altdorf now.
How should we proceed?
We got it, and Dietz got a Winds of Magic Power Reserve increase of +8 from a Hedge Wizard. We were able to unlock Ludwig Schwarzhelm, known as the Emperor's Champion or the Emperor's Sword of Justice, and he's the personal bodyguard of Karl and the bearer of his personal battle standard. Nice. So now we have him on our side. All right, let's bring back our army over to Altdorf now. And check him out. That is one large and powerful man. Now, I'm not going to pick up Gotrek and Felix. I simply do not have the room right now. My only issue is that I don't have a lot of room. No, I could have another hero. I feel like that's pushing it. I've already got so many. I could use Luthor as a field agent for now and bring him back in. Ooh, Fiery Demagogue, but I do like that buff. What's over here? Yeah, we'll get that one again. Done. Very nice. And over for Kurt at rank 8. What am I going to give you finally? Krieglust. Done. There you go. He's got his mount. Then for Hans at rank 5, I'll give him training rank 2. Then for Dietz, I'm going to give you, let's see here. You do need a good spell. Wind Blast. Early on, it's quite powerful, especially against lowly armored units. Now, I can get rid of that, but I still do need more money. I am very, very low on money. My army is not cheap. 3,400 gold is not cheap to maintain at all, so I'll take my toll gates for now. I wasn't going to build that up originally, but I need the money. Okay, Ludwig, I'm going to use you as a field agent for right now. Later, you can come join us, but we need someone out there. No, I'm not going to hire them. I would want 2 heroes anyway. All right, let's have a look around. I'm pretty much done with uniting all of Reichland, though there is Skaven corruption. I wonder if they have like any buildings hidden inside of my towns right now. All right, let's go try to get some trade.
I don't agree.
Rejected.
I will.
Well, we got that going. Okay, so Osland will not fight me. What about a trade agreement? Nope. All right, Nordland, what about you? I'm sure in time you're not going to like Midland. That's really the hope. Oh, you disagree? Okay, never mind. What about a few other factions around here? Now, Marienburg will need to return to the fold one day. That'll be a major job for us and a very long campaign. I have decided early on to fight them. Okay, Duchy. A defensive alliance? I mean, that only seems right, you know. I wonder, can you pay me for that at all? What about 600? Moderate?
Very well.
They took it. Nice. Okay, that's not a lot of money, but I am trading a little bit of fabric and cattle. They have truffles and Bretonnian war horses that I'm currently importing. It's really cool. More trade goods, more money. Nice. Over 200. That's 200 more that I did not have before. And our public order is going up. That means over time, once we get past 25, we're going to have a bit more of a tax rate growth. We need that for sure. 1580 for prestige. So now I'm ready for any future missions. All right, so if I take you out, I'll get a key. Very nice. I'll get the borderman too. And a new position.
Who calls?
Ooh, Vlad. He's been taking over a lot lately. We'll have to destroy him too. We've got a lot of choices to make. Up north, we also have orcs who are burning down all of Midland. I doubt he'll lose, but right now he is losing. So we'll see. We'll see in time. Far to the east, you have Sylvania, a major threat to the lands of the Empire. They have been a thorn in the side of many emperors, but under the rule of Karl Franz, Kurt will see them destroyed. Vlad von Karstein has returned, but he's going to meet his doom once again. It'll take time, but we're going to conquer all throughout the lands of the Empire until once again we are united and firm in resolve. Let's get ready for a new war very, very soon. Until then.